banks.
Thank you, Mike, for this introduction. So today's presentation is about connecting the different pieces of the puzzle together. This connection has happened thanks to a close collaboration between GIEOM, MCB Consulting, and Temenos. During the last 12 months, we've been able to deploy successfully Temenos solutions to 5 different countries for 5 different customers. But before we have a look at the solution itself, let's talk about a few selected challenges that organizations typically face. Building capacity and capability. How do we make sure that our staff understand the procedures, understand the product features, understand also how to use the system? How do we evaluate the knowledge of the staff? How do we make sure that our training plan and our eventually talent management strategy are aligned with the needs that we've identified? Fostering a risk and compliance culture in a heavily regulated industry. How do we cascade down to our staff legislations that are coming out very speedily? How do we show to the central bank that we've trained our staff, that we've assessed the knowledge of our staff, and that they're ready to work in a bank? How do we also use technology to make sure that we have speedy, effective, accurate compliance reporting? Documenting process and information flows. Do we have a shared folder where we keep our procedures, in our drawer, your system user guide, mails to have a look at new procedures? How do we make sure that all these are collected in a central depository and are easily accessed and understood by staff so that they are ready operationally? Technology transformation programs are more than just about technology. They affect a lot more things, and they do necessitate specialized collaboration. GIEOM is this business integrated solution, which through its role-based approach and a tracking mechanism connects the different dots of the organization, processes, policies and regulations, including contracts, forms, vouchers, IT simulations which are agnostic to any system, training, including evaluation of staff. So I asked John to share with us a little bit more about GIEOM.
Thanks, Jean-Michel. I'd like to first tell you that GIEOM is in the Temenos marketplace. 2 modules, Digital Blueprint and Policy Builder. As the name stands, Digital Blueprint, it blueprints your organization. Let me take you into the product. It's an employee experience platform. You will agree with me, our employees are our first customer. If they're happy, your customers will be much delighted. So you come here, you get to see all the work instructions that you are responsible for in this bank. You'll only see what you are responsible for. You can go and search within your list. We had standard operating procedures, written in text format, in the intranet, in the file folders. What we have done is we have given life to it. We made it a graphical way. So it's a flow diagram. This is how I do account opening in this bank. Color-coded, things that I do in a manual form in one color, things I do in an IT system in a different color. Now we have this dynamic pinning technology, which allows me to pin whatever is required at every stage of this work instruction, what I should know. So the first thing says I should fill a form. Which form to be filled? It's delivered over there. Then the next step says, I'm doing that step for a regulatory reason. You get regulation from central bank in PDF format. What we do is we consume it, distill it the way it is required for your bank, then allow you to write the way your people will understand it. Then bring that unitized compliance clause into here. So instead of sending the entire regulation to the employees, just connect whatever is relevant for them to know there. Now we move. This step is done in an IT system. So we have an IT simulator. We are able to simulate screens of IT systems, Temenos. So you can go in, and it will run as a self-run video. Then it allows you to practice within that. You are giving the confidence to your people while you're converting from IT system or upgrading it. You make them comfortable that they can do the work. Now, what we are trying to do, we are bringing all these things together. I know how to do my work, which documents to be used, what regulation I'm complying with, and how do I use the IT system. Now, all these things go into the intelligence of GIEOM. So let's say this regulation changes, anti-money laundering. You know these are the processes that are affected or impacted. Now, within that, if I know account opening is impacted, click on account opening, that'll go to the center and say, if you touch account opening, these many roles will be impacted, these many IT systems will be impacted. We are bringing impact analysis into the people's hands. Now, what are the key benefits? One-stop shop for your employees to have the best experience of working in the bank. A mechanism to ensure that the compliance is reaching the right person at the right time and it is monitored. And method to know, knowledge sharing happens and impact analysis is part of your journey. Training cost comes down, training efficiencies go up. Now, let me request Jean-Michel, my first customer, MCB, to share his experience about how they enjoyed this in the last few years.
Yes. In fact, what John has explained is really what we do in practice for MCB Group. It's become part of our DNA. We use it for all our processes. We use it to store all our legislations, all our forms and vouchers. We use it to test the knowledge of our staff, not only in terms of legislation, procedures, systems, but also we use it to test the knowledge of our staff before we launch any product on the local market. So behind these figures, I think the key message is that GIEOM has become part and parcel of our DNA as a financial group. One figure which might be interesting to you is the payback on the investment, which was 4 years for MCB through a progressive and steady coverage. So the more people you have as employees, the more units representing these different spheres of the organization, marketing, HR, operations, IT, risk and compliance, the shorter will be the payback period.
We'll leave you with this thought. It is not the strongest that survive. It is the one that can adapt to the change. Thank you very much.
Thank you.